Hello and welcome back to school. I hope you all had a playful and restful summer. I'm excited for the students to be back and also for the possibilities that each new school year brings. As most of you know, my name is Scott Sinclair, and the purpose of this video is to let you know what your students' math class will be like this year as we transition to a new style of teaching and learning called the flipped classroom. In a traditional math class, like the ones both you and I grew up in, students sit in rows or groups facing the front of the classroom and listen to the teacher present the lesson for most of the class period. They are assigned a set of practice problems to bring home to do individually for homework. Then they come back to class the next day and follow the same routine. This is how it has been for over 1,000 years. This is not always the best way for our students to learn. Students all learn at different paces. During a lesson, some students follow along, ask questions, and contribute to the lesson. Some students get bored because they understand in the first minute and want to get started on the application. For some students, the lesson moves too fast and they have trouble keeping up and taking notes. And some students are daydreaming about something else entirely. I'm sure each of you has been one of these students at one time or another. Once the school day is over, students need to do practice problems for homework to solidify the information they learned during class that day. Oftentimes, questions come up that never occurred to them during class, and they get frustrated because they have no one at home to help them. Another issue with the traditional model is that students will miss class at times throughout the year. They get sick, they leave early for sports, they go on vacation. When they come back, the student has to come in at recess to learn the lesson, and the teacher needs to re-explain the whole lesson, which is not an efficient use of anyone's time. All of these problems can be resolved with the flipped classroom. With the invention of digital media, what was normally done in school can now be done at home, meaning students will get the lessons at home via video. They can watch this on their computer, their mobile device, their television if they need to. They can take notes during the video, making sure to pause, rewind, rewatch, or even fast forward as needed. They learn the lesson fully at their own pace and are in charge of their learning. When they finish the video, they complete a few questions, which makes sure the student takes time to process the information learned and writes down any questions or concerns that they have. Students are not expected to master the material just by watching a video, but they are expected to understand the basics and bring confusing topics to class to discuss and get clarified. In class, students will be able to participate in discussions about the math and get their questions answered by me and their peers. They will still do most of the normal practice problems that they would have done at home, but now they have help whenever they need it so they don't get frustrated. Any questions they have are answered right away. Because of the extra time we will have, students can now work on higher level thinking activities such as analyzing the problems, applying the concepts to real-world situations, evaluating their work and the work of others, and creating their own material to share. It is a much more exciting and engaging environment to be in, and students have an active role in their learning, rather than passively sitting back listening to me talk all period. I am very busy throughout the entire class period helping students one-on-one and in small groups, answering their questions and challenging them to think deeper. I'm ready for an exciting year of learning math with the flipped classroom. I know that it is the best way I can give your student one-on-one attention every day, and your student can grow not only as a math student, but learn skills that will help in the future as they pursue college and a career. In the form below, you will have an opportunity to ask questions that we can talk about when you come in for back to school night.
Created using Btsn.